Hello, hello. Good afternoon, morning, or evening. We are back in the Phantom Fellows, and we are going to a haunted house to get rid of their ghost because the haunted house, whatever, haunted location is too haunted. It's too real. So we are going to meet what I suspect is my perfect woman running the ghost tour. But first, we're going to take a look around. This boombox has a record button, which is neat because then you can record songs off the radio. Is that legal? Our gray area be the says I. Okay, usually eclectic is the word people use when they don't want to admit it's cool. Like, oh, aren't you rather eclectic? To which I'm all, rather. But she has an eclectic sort of vintage style and seems entirely unique and sure of herself. Yes, perfect. I was told this tour was BYOG. Stand is either quaint or crappy, depending on its backstory. It's the Rockies, because, like, dude, they are pretty rocky, though. Can I get these lights? Because, like them, I enjoy attention. Sincere and non-jokey nasal inhale. Smells like pastries and bullcrap. These are trees that grew up and got a corporate job. Sad. This car's engine is 300 horsepower, which is the power of 100 horses for some reason. Yeah, I don't get that either, Oliver. I don't get it either. All right, let's talk to this nice lady. I couldn't help but observe your choice with the word us. Who is we? There is no we. Also, hi, I'm Oliver. Hi, I'm Hope, and sorry the music made me say we. I fully appreciate the pageantry. I could tell by the business card that you would. I don't have a business card? No, but when you didn't let my call stop you from eating some sort of gummy product. They weren't bears, they were koalas. I knew that you had flair. Hate this. Hate her. You know, I can't stand fishing. Why is that? You just had ample time to ask? Here we go. Because the worst case scenario if I go fishing is that I catch a fish. It's true. That is the worst case scenario if you go fishing is that you catch a fish. Did you go fishing and catch a fish? No. I love fishing. Okay, not actual fishing, you're right. Actual fishing is bluffing. Last time I caught a fish, the fish looked up at my panic-stricken face, and with his final unbreath, his eyes said, "You didn't want this?" Poor thing. That's such a jiggly way to die. He tasted like the question, why? Yes, I am in love with this woman. All right. So look, I kind of just said that whole things are getting too intense thing to get off the phone quickly. Because of the chewing, yes. I don't have misophonia, but the chewing combined with your willingness to employ your nostrils, say no more. It sounded like your teeth were trying to walk up a staircase covered in cartoon glue. I need a minute to process what that sounds like. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, no, that's awful. Please say no more. Okay, say more. So, like, why am I here? Well, my little tour circles around the outskirts of Elderberry, climaxing, climax, at the old abandoned locomotive. Gross. Continue. Not to say the rest of the tour is flaccid, when it comes to a head at the locomotive. I love her. I adore her. Okay, please choose different adjectives. So I'm confused. You're trying to whip up some excitement for the rest of your tour? No, look, I didn't call you out here to walk around and piss off whatever ghost is around. Way too late. I called you to see if you could try to bring my tour some credibility. Well, we tried. Time to pack it in. Okay, I'm losing you. I can see that. Tell me something. You are from Elderberry and you've never left Elderberry, correct? Okay, spooky. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, well, there's a lot of off things about this creaky old town, and that's a fun one to start with. Elderberry. I think a fun one to start with is elderberry is also a terrible fruit. It's true. It's true. Are they? It's like a blackberry that hates your mouth. I mean, fair, right? Like, it doesn't want to be in your mouth. It's a berry, right? So wait, are you saying that everyone here was born here and hasn't left here? No, I'm saying that as far as I can account for, everyone that was born here hasn't left here. Impossible. No. I don't know why my friend is texting me that. Implausible. Oh, there's no shortage of bizarre and anomalous consistencies hidden all around this town. But we can talk about the rest of Elderberry another time. There's so much to do here and now. So credibility and I have a bit of a checkered past. What is it you think I can do? You know, they say if you stand in the woods and listen carefully, you can hear the past whispering its secrets. I think you can hear those whispers with more clarity than others. I think you can legitimize the activity around here by weaving its recollections with our records and putting your stamp on the findings. I am not a licensed notary public. Dear Lord. This is what I did to that cat, isn't it? Huh? What? Nothing. I bet she has a ghost friend too that we can't see. Okay, let's say a spirit was around here somewhere. Maybe you could talk to it or position yourself to learn a little about it. Like, a little about who it is, why it's hanging around here. You know, because I talk a lot for my tour. Right, the haunted tour. The really ghost-centric one, yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay, you need a story to tell. Yes. But I want something real. Man, I gotta say getting here was absolutely painful. I mean, that right there, what you wanted, that could have been 20 minutes ago. But as my chewing already told you, I am receiving of theatrics. Actually, that's good to know. What might be helpful to know before I venture off? Well, the tour begins at my stand here and heads down the path there, then into... Wait, which way do I start? Head right. Actually, wait, you're kind of facing weird. Here, just face me. Okay, yeah, no, head left. Then from the path, you head into the cemetery. Jeepers. I know, right? Then head down the hill to the old locomotive. That's where the story is. The mix of energy down there is frantic and overwhelming. You can even feel it in the air. It's soupy. Well, I'm going to go walk around, largely zoning out, but calling it investigating. Huh? I'm going to go investigate. All right. All right, Engelbert. Huh. I think I found that HIV everyone is talking about. Oh, no! Oh, no! That's the corner store that I guess is not really on a corner. Alright, we're walking this way. She did come up from here. It looks like a thing in this area, probably. Okay. We don't care about the, okay. If I was to stop and do some basking under this glow is where I'd do it. That's fair, Oliver. That's fair. Alright. We're gonna go down this way. Well, that old school masonry construction outlasts even the picketiest of fences. Okay. These trees never had a chance. Sure, maybe if you got lucky and got out of here, but if you grow up here, you grow up creepy. I'm probably gonna walk through this thing later. Yeah, probably. Streetlights are public goods, and no one can stop me from consuming its warm, comforting light. Well, streetlights are public goods. Okay, then consume it you shall. Alright. Alright, anything over this way? Yeah. Okay. I want to learn to pick locks, but first I need to invest in a black beanie. True. Try to cheat the system and climb over it. This gate will stab ya. It's a very public chair. Yeah. This is the kind of fence emotionally unstable people underwrite. That's the sinner's mine, an old coal mine for gift shop and log food, right? Rumor has it the skeleton of its original owner is used to prop during the ride. Oliver started the rumor. Which doesn't mean it's untrue. Just saying. If I stare at it for too long, then I can blink and see weird purple blobs. It's hard to be bored. Trash's belly is all full. That arrow points to fun. I just know it. You factually know that it does not. Oh yeah. It's been on the long plume ride, I guess. That's an impressively suggestive arrow. I appreciate the whimsy. Oh, nope. The day Sky is home watching movies and eating ice cream. Both a knoll and a ridiculous word. When I squint, I can see tiny little rock climbers up there, he said to himself, lyingly. You know, I'm so sick of these trees being planted around, trying to intimidate everyone. Sure, you make nighttime creepier, but in the daytime you're just a tall bush. A sneak preview of the upcoming shopping bag store. Oh shit, we can go into this! We can go to the shopping bag! Okay. I'm glad it's closed or else I'd spend every cent I have on snacks. You have no sense. Yeah, so we wouldn't spend that much. It says shopping bag so that we know its name. Oh man, it's a regular kind of plain light. It's actually been a nice break from seeing these. I'm in the mood to talk about it. Please don't. So what do you want to say? Oh man, it's a regular kind of plain light. It's the Nopin sign. Makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it. It's an ad for Slam Dunk Cola. That's a shopping bag where you shop and then bag. Can we go in? They're closed, which is fine. I'm kind of in the mood for fresh food right now anyway. Like jungle food. Mangoes. Or green berries. Grapes. Has this wrapped around to our car? It sure has. Okay. She's left. She's fucked off somewhere. I don't love that. But now we know this wraps around. Okay. Alright, let's go on in there. Let's look at these. Spent most of my time on Earth looking for stuff. I'm sleeping in. I didn't care what my tombstone said. I just asked that it be said in a creepy font. He's playing the long game on this one. I'm gonna look super scary and badass in another 100 years. These people had lived and died in a jokey part of town. I didn't really create a legacy for myself, but I named my cat Lunchbox, and I was pretty proud of that. Fair enough. I drank too much water before dying, and now I might have to get up to pee. Sad. Those are the Flatirons. Super cool looking, kind of iconic rock formations in Boulder. It's the sky. This is what I'm seeing without looking at anything. This tree is doing its best not to clash with the decor. It says path to train, but it's carved in a way that suggests that when you get there you'll find a serial killer instead of the train. Why not both? Why can't the train be a serial killer? You know? Oh, hold up. Okay, that's not anything. Alright. This bad boy is the Chugmeister 900. Eats coal and sleeps with people's moms. Any questions? No. What? It's less sleek and a lot more. Just a giant light with a box built around it than they look in the pictures. That's the boiler tank. See, because heat and pressure and so energy, it's all very complicated and trainy. Yeah. Appears to be what I can only assume is the chew hole. I'm not a train guy. Alright, we can't look at the wheels. Alright, let's walk over here then. The trees look especially vague tonight. Good, we're still in orbit. I was in my 20s when I realized, okay, so we're all just gonna kind of surface act like we know what's going on. Like, yeah, sure, of course when you burn coal specifically, you get an abundance of energy. It's because of Newton's law. But it's gotta be coal, though, because of the thing. Whatever. I don't mind sticking my arm out and doing some pretending. The hoodie guy is smiling like he just made a reference we should care about. Yeah, but he didn't, did he? This part of the train is called the People Box because it manages to hold people while being box-like. I don't think that's true, but you know, that's okay. They always look invisible, but then at the last second there's glare and it ruins the whole illusion. Looks like the void of a window. Let's head over here. That's an interesting thing I just saw. Hold on a second. I think we need to go into the train car, I guess. Can't get it open because there's no door tugger thing. Handle. Yeah, there's no that. Alright. I guess we can go through the window over here? Maybe? Too late, somebody got to him first. Must have been old Frankie Dump Trucks and his goons. Oh, okay. Okay, we can go through this one then, I guess. Good evening. Oh, one of them just left. Two of them just left. Okay. Well, what are you doing? I left first. Whatever are you grumbling on about, Pendleton? Go back in there and handle the company. The person who manages to slip out first doesn't have to deal with who's at the door. I have a healthy fear of intrusion. Well, I'm not dealing with them. The one in green looks a bit somnambulant for my taste. I simply do not associate with men in suspenders. Hey! You think I planned on dying in suspenders? Huh? Me? I did not know that I would be stuck like this for eternity. I am not even a beard guy. I'm just trying it out. This is interesting. She heard none of that. Now listen here, tomorrow is a big day for us and you can't be in here when we depart. So I'm going to have to ask you and any of your freight hopper pals to hit the road. What? Surely this train... Quiet. Now, if you'll show yourself to the door and then proceed to use it, I have to go console Gertrude. Your barbaric friend there has obviously upset her. How... What did he do? Me? Oliver, not now. Now please, it's near candlelighting and we need a good night's sleep. Sleep?